Welcome to part 2 of my fall or autumn book recommendations, and today we're focusing on family drama. Hello lovely book dragons, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Joana and I love talking about books on this channel, specifically fantasy books. And today I am doing a second fall/autumn book recommendations. I have my first video, which I will leave linked up here so you can check it out. And in that one I recommended weird, whimsical, cozy, atmospheric books, and I think those are perfect for fall. And then I thought, what else do I like reading about except for like weird, atmospheric, cozy, whimsical? And then there's of course spooky season, but what else do I like reading about? And I thought family drama. Family drama is so good for fall, and I don't know why it is. Maybe because all the shows start back up in fall, and so all the shows that I watched when I was younger were like stuff with family and all that kind of stuff. And so I have here 5 recommendations for you, technically a little bit more because one is a series, and like all of these are series. I have 5 recommendations that are fantasy books with a family drama at its core. So if you like family dynamics, complicated family dynamics, I highly recommend all of these books. So let's jump right on it. Book number 1 on this list, and I can hear you, Andrew. Andrew, you're not welcome here with that attitude. You're not. Like, I love you dearly, my friend Andrew, but no. My first recommendation is The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. This book is a book that I recently read, and I was part of a live show over on Abby's channel. I will leave it, of course, linked up here so you can check it out. And this book is just so good. I love it so much. As I'm filming, I'm about to start book 2. I cannot wait to get to it. Welcome to the Five Isles, where war has come in the name of the invading army of Sousa, a merciless host driven by the prophetic fervor of the angel prince Eros towards the last unconquered kingdom of Vulcana. Yet Galt, one of the elite knights archaic of Sousa, is growing disillusioned by the crusade he is at the vanguard of, just as it embarks on his lord Eros' greatest triumph. While the eldest son of the fallen king of Vulcana now reigns in ever-increasing paranoid isolationism, his 2 sisters seek their own paths. Jondralyn, the elder sister, who is renowned for her beauty, only desires to prove her worth as a warrior, while Tala, the younger sister, has uncovered a secret that may not only destroy her family, but the entire kingdom. Then there's Hawkwood, the assassin sent to kill Jondralyn, but who instead falls in love with her, and trains her in his deadly art. All are led further into dangerous conspiracies within the court. And hidden at the edge of Gulkana is Nail, the orphan taken by the enigmatic Shawcroft to the remote whaling village of Gallows Haven, the young man who may hold the link to the salvation of the entire Five Isles. You may think you know this story, but everyone is not who they seem, nor do they fit the worlds you expect. Durfee has created an epic fantasy full of hope in a world based on lies. And that is just the perfect little teaser for this book, which is so good. Not only do we have the sisters and the brothers in Gulkana with Jondralyn, Tala, and their brother, we also have Nail, who is in search for his family because he is a bastard and he doesn't know where he comes from. He doesn't know who his father, who his family is. And so we have a theme of family, of all that in this story, and especially with the Bronicello siblings, who are Jondralyn, Tala, and their brother, and all that. You see all the what it is like when you know that your sister and your brother, and then that they're conspiring against each other, or maybe not, or that someone is framing someone else. Like all of these like drama in families and how families can break them apart. Like, it's just so good. I'm not very coherent, but this book is so good. If you like prophecies, if you like secret passageways, I just love it. Religion, the religious theme in this book is so good. I absolutely love this book. I buddy read this one with Abby and with our friend Sam, and I was on the, like I said, on the live show with Jimmy and Patrick, and we all loved this book and the series, so I highly recommend this one if you don't mind a little bit of grimdark in your reading. And here comes a whole quartet for you, because this series is just, family is at its core, and that is of course the Long Price Quartet by Daniel Abraham. This series is just so good. In the first book of this series, we follow Ota, and his family they reign the land that they live in. And what happens is that when the Kai, so the leader, dies, his sons have to fight each other to the death until only one remains, and that person is going to be the next Kai. Ota decided that he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be a part of that. So what you can do if you don't want to be a part of this claiming the throne part of your family, you decide to abdicate all those rights and you become a prophet, and you go to a school to be a prophet. But Ota also, like, as he is in that school, he also decides that maybe he doesn't want that for himself after all. And then we follow a lot of political things in the first one, but the second one is the purest family drama ever. A Betrayal in Winter is. I haven't read past the first 2 books. I still need to read past the first 2 books, but the second book is just all about family drama and what happens when the succession line isn't as clear cut as people think it is, and all of those things. And this is just such an underrated series. I can't even believe that so many people haven't read this, and I would be a part of those people if Alan over at the Library of Alexandria hadn't been raving about this. And so honestly, this is not grimdark. This is just, if you like politics, if you like family drama, if you like a series that takes its time building itself up into something incredible, then you should definitely read this. The character work here is just flawless, and I will say the first book is quite difficult to get through because it is quite slow, but it's still a very good book. But the payoff when you read book 2, how much you care because of that first book, I just think this is phenomenal, and it is one of my happy discoveries of the year, and I highly recommend it if you like family dramas. Could we talk about family drama if we didn't talk about Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb? This is the first book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy, which is the second trilogy in the realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. This one is just so cool. In this series, we're in a different part of the world, and we have these ships that are live ships, and they're made out of wizard wood. And what happens is when 3 generations of a same family die on the deck of this ship mass comes to life, and these ships are just like incredibly powerful, and everyone wants one of them because for sailing you can see if like the ship is alive and tells you what's wrong and all that stuff. It could be quite helpful. And so at the beginning of the story, we follow our main character Althea, and her father is about to die, and he is the 3rd generation to die. So they are preparing for his death to take him on board of their ship, which is the Vivacia. And Althea is 100% sure, because she has been sailing with her father ever since she was a little girl, that she is going to inherit this ship because her sister Kefria is married to a man named Kyle. And what is the interest of Kefria having the ship? She doesn't care about ships, she doesn't care about sailing. So Althea is sure that the Vivacia is hers. Let's say that maybe that's not exactly what happens, and the family stuff in here is insane. This is just the politics of a family also that is actually becoming very poor, because originally these original traders with the live ships, they were pretty rich, but Althea's family has been getting poorer and poorer and poorer, and you see how Althea's mother is trying to keep everything together even as her husband is dying, and how she is trying to save her family from complete and utter poverty and having to give up everything, maybe even sacrificing one of their own to clear out some debts. So this is family drama at its finest. I absolutely love it. This book was for me a 5 out of 5 stars. All of Robin Hobb's books have been, except for Assassin's Apprentice. I think this one is phenomenal, and honestly, I know that people always tell me like, you say that about Ship of Magic, but wait until you're done with the series. But the character development in this book alone, you have characters that when you meet them here, they're completely different people where they end up here. Like the development of these characters in just this book alone is incredible, and therefore I cannot wait to continue on with the series. But I definitely recommend this one, and I just recommend Robin Hobb's books in general, because the first trilogy, the Farseer trilogy, is about Fitzchivalry Farseer, who is the bastard son of the king, or of the king in waiting rather, and that one is also family drama, and so her books are just phenomenal, and you need to be reading Robin Hobb if you're not and you like fantasy. Next up, I decided to switch gears a bit, and this one is also family drama, but not as like centered as in, for example, Ship of Magic, but that is City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and I will take any opportunity to recommend City of Brass. And this one is about a con woman named Nari, and she is certain that she can not actually heal people, but she has a little gift though for it. But what she does is, she's a con woman, you know, she has to survive in the streets of Cairo, so she kind of cons people into telling them the diseases that they have, and therefore she makes money through that. Until one day she performs this ritual, and she summons a djinn, and she gets whisked away to the magical city of Davabad, where she discovers that magic is very much real, and that the history that she's part of is very much complicated, and that her family has left a mess behind. And this, especially starting in the second book and going into the third one, the family dynamics, the family drama is even better, but already in this one it is. And it's just, this book is just so good. I loved it. I reread the series this year to finish it out, and it is one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely love it. So if you want something that's family, but not just like classic fantasy or too much politics or grimdark, you just want something that's like warm and will take you into somewhere warmer because you don't like the fall, because a lot of people are crazy and don't like the fall season because it's too cold and rainy. can't relate. So maybe you should read this one and feel like you're in the summer. And finally, my final recommendation for this video, centered around family drama, and here we have Mafia Family, and that is of course Jade City by Fonda Lee. I read this book this year and I really liked it. I cannot wait to continue on. I hear from everyone that the second book is even better, and the third one is coming out right around the corner. It's like in November, and this one is just so cool. Let me read you the blurb. Jade is the lifeblood of the city of Janloon, a stone that enhances a warrior's natural strength and speed. It is mined, traded, stolen, and killed for, all controlled by two families equal in their power and ruthlessness. When a modern drug emerges that allows anyone, even foreigners, to wield Jade, simmering tensions between the two clans erupts into open war. And this one is just so good. If you like a good mafia story and you want it to be fantasy and magical, then this one is for you. You follow mainly one of the two clans, and you do see a little bit of what happens with the other clan, but you follow mainly one clan and the family dynamics of a sister who has left the island and has gone to the foreign lands, but then comes back, and what an effect that has on the people that stayed behind, and they see her as like, oh, you're coming back, and just all of those things that are happening. Definitely worth your time if you're in the lookout for fantasy that is family drama but doesn't feel like any of the other ones. This one is very much, it even feels more modern. It has just like that tone where it's not even really a fantasy. Well, like the fantasy aspect is that they have this Jade that makes him stronger. Other than that, it wouldn't even really be that much fantasy. So I think that if that sounds cool to you, you will enjoy this one. And I know that I had a very good time reading this one. So there you go. Those are my family-centered, family drama fall recommendations for you. Let me know in the comments down below if you also think of these like family drama things for fall. I don't know if it's just me. It might be just me. And if you want to let me know that you were here but don't want to comment anything, just leave is there anything with family? Just leave like a person emoji, whatever you choose, what kind of person, a kid, an adult, man, woman, whatever, just pick one. And if you have more recommendations like this that I haven't mentioned in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments as well, so that we can have more recommendations for other people who are hitting the comment. That's gonna be it from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.